What's going on, everybody? It's Scott from Get Off the Couch Designs, and I'm going to go ahead and walk you through making this piece of walnut into a sweet wedding sign. So first, what I'm going to do here is just get a rough measurement for our length. Once I have that, I'll go ahead and make some cuts on the miter saw. I like to make these cuts in 2 passes because it's safer and a lot cleaner. With the pieces cut to length, I jointed one edge off camera and then got ready for glue up. I like to use this blue tape here to protect the bars on my parallel clamp and keep them nice and clean. There's just some blue X-Fasten painter's tape. I'll leave a link below in the description. Alright, now that we're all ready, we'll go ahead and do a nice dry fit, make sure everything looks nice and tight, ready to go. Then I use some Type Bond 2 Dark here. I really like using that with the darker woods. And then, like a savage, go ahead and spread it out with my finger, because why not? One good thing about using parallel clamps is you can almost use the bar as like a caul and push your piece down into it as you glue up. Then I like to do a little thing called the clamp dance and move my clamps all around until I get them where I like them. I try to go alternating top and bottom, that way the pressure is even, then clean up as much glue as I can. Once the glue was all cured, then we moved over to the CNC where we were able to cut in our design. Here we're just doing a nice simple lettering for a wedding sign with the name, last name, and date. And then finally we'll cut it out with a 1/4 inch compression bit. Man, I love compression bits. Once all cut on the CNC, then we can move over and use some penetrating epoxy. I just did a whole video on Total Boat's page about this penetrating epoxy, so if you're interested in how and why I use it, go over and check out their page. Once the penetrating epoxy is cured, then we can go ahead and mix up some 2-to-1 epoxy and get that applied. So here I just added some white Mixol number 25, mixed it all up, and then I'm going to be applying it with a syringe. Applying it with a syringe makes it a lot cleaner to apply and way easier to clean up at the end. Once this is all cured, we'll go ahead and sand it off, and sanding off a lot of excess epoxy is no fun, so the syringe helps to keep everything right in the pockets nice and clean. And that white really makes the lettering and numbers pop out. So now that that's all cured, we're going to go ahead and run it through the drum sander. If you don't have a drum sander, you can use a random orbit sander, whatever works. I do prefer the drum sander though. And once we're all flat through the drum sander and cleaned off, we can go ahead and add a keyhole. I've got this super simple keyhole jig that I made here, and I just clamp it and my piece right to the work surface, and then it is quite easy to use. It might be easier for this for a plunge router, but I make do without having the plunge base for it, and it works out pretty well. Check out the results for yourself. Not too bad. So once the keyhole is good, then all we have to do is give it our final sand and add some finish. So I like to use a random orbit sander, and I will work my way through the grits, go from 80 to 120 to 150 to 180 to 220, and water pop in between. Here I'm just applying a oil-based wax finish. It's Odie's oil, the super duper dark, and it really makes the walnut and epoxy pop. So let me know what you think about this video and this sign in the comments below, and if you did like it enough, go ahead and subscribe and put on some alerts because I got some more videos coming your way.